Hi everyone, welcome to Strike. We're now going to discover how to use heat maps to find stocks that are performing in different time frames and different periods. Now you can click on heat maps and you'll see there are three categories to start with, and let's just start away with the NSE indices. When you click on NSE indices, you'll see the choice of three different types of baskets that you can apply heat maps to. We'll start with the indices themselves, and you can choose what you want to run the heat map on. Do you want to just run it on the underlying price? Do you want to run it on RSI? You want to run it on the money flow index, stochastics, or how far away prices are from different moving averages or from the 52-week high or low? So by default, when I clicked on NSE indices, what I get is the entire index list and the performance of the indices for the day. So here we are looking at a heat map of just the day, but you can actually choose any time frame or even a custom time frame. So for example, if you choose the heat map on an hourly basis, you will find that for the hour, you can look at where the performance has really been. And within that, if you want to only look at performance of stocks that are moved more than 5% or maybe including 2 to 5%, you can simply drill it down by clicking on the filters that have been given up here. So very quickly you can come up with lists that you are interested in, only stocks that have moved up or down by 5%. Well, here you are. So you can have a narrow list, or you can have a list of all of them by unchecking the filtration. So you can choose any time frame, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. But what I find most interesting is the custom time frame, because then you can actually check when markets are rising or when markets are falling, what has the performance really been like. For example, at the time I'm recording, the market's actually been through a correction from the 20th of the month, and we are somewhere, and it bottomed out probably close to the 18th of the month. Okay, so let's presume that is the timetable, and we apply. So what we come to know is where the performance really was during this time period. So we can actually look at the best performing stocks, and we can look at that for a particular sector. Now we are looking at only the Nifty Microcap 250, which opened up here by default because it was on the screen. I can choose maybe just the Nifty 50, and that actually helps me figure out sometimes even which sectors actually did well. Because if I choose Nifty 50, what I'm really looking at is the performance of these 50 stocks in this particular time frame that I've chosen here, from 20th of July to 18th of August. And at a time when the market was falling, the stocks that actually stood out and outperformed are the ones that are here in green, right? So if I just click on the green filtrations, this is what I'll end up with. Cipla, Adani Ports, NTPC, Dr. Reddy, Adani Enterprises, L&T, ONGC, Sun Pharma, Titan, L&T information. So looking at this, what I can sense is there are a couple of pharma stocks, actually three of them, right? 1, 2, 3. There are three pharma stocks, there are two Adani stocks. These are the companies that have really been helping the market hold out during this period. So you sort of get an idea of where the performance is. And I would really think, during a corrective period, if there's a particular sector that is holding out, it actually tends to continue to perform in the coming days as well. You can also see two sectors from the auto sector, Eicher Motors and M&M. Okay, and similarly you might find different, sometimes a particular sector representation, and sometimes if you don't have sector representation, you might find particular stocks. So you can choose to use this heat map in different ways. You might want to check performance from an important top long-term one to a long-term bottom, or during a rally when the market's gone up a lot, which are the stocks or sectors that are performing in a particular segment. You might want to broaden your search. You might want to go to a Nifty 500 and do a much broader search of where things are. You can do that as well. Now, having drilled into this, you do have a search button here. So if you want to actually search out a particular group or particular stock and its performance, you can quickly do that within the entire list. If you want to print it out, because you might end up with a heat map with filtrations that you want to use, you want to publish, you can simply click on the download button and get it, or you can share it on social media with the share button. But let's say you don't know what to do with this entire segment. We have the YouTube video. Simply click on it, play the video, and it will tell you how to use the tool that you're really looking at. Now, you also have the option of sorting the data, from positive to negative or negative to positive, if you want to change the ordering, and if you want to increase or decrease the size of the boxes that you see on the screen. So you might want smaller boxes so you can see more data points on the chart, or you might want bigger boxes so you see fewer data points on the chart. So you can choose what size you really want to be looking at, and sort it based on your preference. So as you have seen, we actually have three choices here. The second one is the FNO basket. You might want to run the heat map on the FNO basket alone. The FNO basket means all the futures and option stocks, 150 to 200 usually. That list keeps changing every month, but it's a specialized list where derivative trading is being permitted, and you want to know the performance of that particular list. Then you simply choose the FNO basket. Once again, you can choose what filtration you want to do. Do you just want to look at price performance? Do you want to look at RSI performance, or you want to look at some other indicator? So let's now try and switch to an RSI performance and see what happens. The moment you click on RSI, you find that you can actually see the name of the stock followed by the RSI reading and the current market price. Now here it has been sorted ascending to descending from high RSI readings to low RSI readings. So you might want to say, okay, I only want to look at stocks that have an RSI reading of greater than 80, okay, on the daily chart, and you end up with a list of those. So here you have 5 stocks where the RSI on the daily chart is greater than 80. You can also switch between time frames. Do you want to look at weekly time frame readings? Do you want to look at monthly time frame readings? And you'll get different stocks all with RSI greater than 80 and their current market price listed in front of you. Now you can also choose other indicators, like you want to see the MFI, the money flow index, or do you want to see which stocks are at what level of stochastic. You can sort that out, or you want to see how far away is a stock from its 52-week high. Is it close to its 52-week high, or is it very, very far away? And if you want to actually pick stocks that are closer to the 52-week high, say within 5% of reaching it, you can choose this, right? So now these are the stocks that are less than 5% away from the 52-week high, and the extent to which they are away is shown over here, which is away percentage. So it's 0.2% away, or this is 0.99, almost 1% away. This is 1.2% away. So different stocks in different ranges. Again, you can choose to change the ordering from highest to lowest for the particular reading. So you can look at those stocks which have the highest percentage away readings, or you want to look at those stocks which have the lowest percentage readings first. You can sort it accordingly. We can also move over to looking at moving averages. So I can choose the 50, the 100 to 200. Let's say I want to find stocks that are very close to the 50-day moving average, and I want to know if they are within 1% plus or minus of the 50-day moving average. So I can actually, on the daily chart, I've put 50-day moving average, FNO basket. Now I have percentage away. How far away in percentage terms are these stocks from the 52-day average? Now I want to find stocks that are very, very close. So I'm looking at 0 to 10, 10%, and I sort them, and I find stocks that are within 0.1, 0.19, but these are below. So if you want to see above, I take the green list. Now I have stocks that are, and I can sort it on the lowest, and I can find stocks that are just above and within proximity of the 40-day average. Okay, so now I have this list, and I might want to see, okay, that's fine. Can I get a visual of this particular stock and see how it looks? So I click on Coal India. You see Coal India showing up here. This is the chart tab under the technical section. It immediately opens up, so you can look at the chart. You can think what it looks like. If you want to see it in the Rohit setup, which is along with the Rohit momentum indicator, you choose that, and the Bollinger Bands, moving averages, and the Rohit momentum indicator are all plotted on the chart along with the stock price and with the data readings on the left. So now very quickly you could move from the heat map, choose the stocks that you want, open them up, and start dealing with those particular charts, and make your decision in terms of what you really want to do on your trades for the day. Lastly, we are going to look at the third option, the advanced decline intraday, and in this you can actually look at the sector-wise breakup of breadth. So which means that you can choose any particular index. Say for example, I choose the Nifty 200, and you can see the number of stocks advancing or declining every 10 minutes from the time that trade starts till the end, and it shows you the number of advancing stocks on top in green, number of declining stocks in red. So at any point of time, if the index moves, is it being accompanied by market breadth or not, can be checked out based on this indicator on a 10-minute basis. So you can choose any index that you want, any sectoral index, and you will see the breakup on the right. You can sort it based on the percentage change, which is the percentage change that the index has moved, and then look at whether it's driven by the broad market or not.